是大道，欢迎你胜利。
That's the official account of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of China, sharing a quote from the former Chinese dictator Mao Zedong during the Korean War, the last time the U.S. and China were shooting at each other. And the message was, China will not yield to the U.S.
只有大度就。
That's an important signal as to how China sees the current trade war with the U.S., and that is that Chinese leaders do not want to be bullied by the U.S. president, and crucially, they don't want the Chinese people to see them being bullied by the U.S. president. That said, I'm told that Chinese leaders are open to negotiations with the U.S., but at this point, they don't see the channels open for those negotiations, and it's their perception the U.S. is not making an effort to open those channels. This is one more crucial point, that if and when negotiations happen, Xi Jinping is not going to meet Donald Trump, I'm told, at the very beginning of those negotiations. They want the agreements worked out first. They do not want a Zelensky in the Oval Office moment,
disrespectful to the country,
where the Chinese leader would be surprised or embarrassed.
Great to be here, Bjorn. So President Trump has made it clear that he's waiting for a call from President Xi Jinping. It's not going to happen. The reason being, it's extremely rare for Chinese leaders to reach out to foreign leaders without any kind of preparation. Now we're just not seeing any kind of communication, high-level communication going on between Washington and Beijing. We had a big piece early this week talking about China's efforts to get to the core team of the Trump administration has repeatedly failed because there's such a mismatch between how China operates and the Trump administration's style. So what we're seeing right now is really a stalemate in communication between Trump administration and Beijing. And for Xi Jinping to reach out to Trump and to have this conversation, and especially given the kind of pressure China is under right now, it's very, very unlikely.
Do you think this is an example of just having lack of knowledge about the Chinese culture, the Communist parties functioning there? I mean, because it seems as if roles are reversed. I remember when Nancy Pelosi, as Speaker, visited Taiwan, and there was a lot of frustration in China, in Beijing, as to how the President of the United States could have allowed that without understanding they're two separate branches. Are we seeing the opposite here, in your view, that there's a lack of understanding as to the nationalism, perhaps, and the pride from someone, an authoritarian like Xi Jinping, in acquiescing to what he's viewing as a demand from the United States?
So the Trump administration, it does appear that they know China. They know China pretty well. The Trump team, they do understand, who are the people in China who have the direct lines to Xi Jinping. So what they have requested is to talk to people who are really close to Xi, but that's not how China operates. They want to go through the established diplomatic channels. They want to go through the established ways of doing things. So this huge mismatch is really why we are, stuck right now, basically.